Welcome to Light TV Main News. Our quote for the day: to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema calls for faster ICT implementation to boost economy. Cholera cases rise. Zambia reports 13 new infections. AFCON 2025 title awarded to Morocco, Senegal to appeal. With the news in detail, my name is Jacqueline Mankanda. The Electoral Commission of Zambia opened its delimitation sitting for Muchenga Province in Chinsali, led by Chairperson Mrs. Mwangala Zalomis. During the session, the Commission reviewed preliminary submissions from districts to ensure all proposals complied with constitutional and legal requirements. No decisions on constitution distribution were made, and claims that some regions received more constituencies were dismissed as false. The Commission emphasized that the process remains consultative, with submissions being consolidated before final recommendations, and urged citizens to disregard misinformation as work continues. We retake the first story. The Electoral Commission of Zambia opened its delimitation sitting for Muchenga Province in Chinsali, led by Chairperson Mrs. Mwangala Zalomis. During the session, the Commission reviewed preliminary submissions from districts to ensure all proposals complied with constitutional and legal requirements. No decisions on constituency distribution were made, and claims that some regions received more constituencies were dismissed as false. The Commission emphasized that the process remains consultative, with submissions being consolidated before final recommendations, and urged citizens to disregard misinformation as work continues. President Hakainde Hichilema has called on information and communications technology professionals to drive economic growth, improve service delivery, and promote inclusive development. Speaking at the 2026 ICT Association of Zambia conference in Livingston, the head of state said ICT is key to expanding the economy, generating revenue, and funding essential services such as education. He emphasized the need to speed up implementation in both government and the private sector, while promoting connectivity in rural areas to support e-health and e-education. Meanwhile, Minister of Science and Technology Felix Mutati says Zambia must scale up digital consumption to achieve its $60 billion economic target. Mr. Mutati revealed that fiber infrastructure has expanded from 15,000 to 45,000 kilometers, but internet usage remains at 40%, with a target of 80%. He added that initiatives such as HHZAM free Wi-Fi and digital platforms developed with Bongo Hive will help boost access and participation nationwide.
Number of gains that you have delivered under your leadership. The gains, Your Excellency, the task that we have is to protect the gains as a platform to build going forward. Your Excellency, we have made strong progress in expanding connectivity. We have to take this as an opportunity, Your Excellency, to enhance the use by our citizens, the consumption of digital
Significant progress is being made on Phase 2 of the Mamba Thermal Power Plant in Sinazongwe District, with construction now over 65% complete. Once finished, the project will add 300 megawatts to the national grid, bringing total output from Mamba to 600 megawatts. An additional 100 megawatt solar power plant is also being installed, expected to increase total generation to 700 megawatts by July. Mamba Energy Limited Chief Executive Officer Lieutenant Colonel Cyrus C. Minwala says the project has created hundreds of jobs, with over 500 Zambians employed during Phase 1 and projections of up to 1,000 workers for Phase 2. Energy Regulation Board Director of Licensing, Naomi Fulaza, inspected the project to monitor progress and identify challenges, emphasizing the importance of timely completion to enhance Zambia's energy security. Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has commissioned Topstar's solar power backup solution at the Kaloko Hill transmission site in Ndola. Mr. Kawana says Topstar is diversifying revenue and innovating to remain a leader in the broadcast market while expanding services to include mini-grids for rural electrification. Chief Executive Officer Jimmy Howe says the company's first backup solution in Zambia marks a key milestone, demonstrating its commitment to renewable energy and sustainable growth across Africa.
Here, transmissions new milestone for Topstar as we seek for reliable signal for the Ndola and Luanshya customers. Kaloko is the first success where Topstar has built the solar power backup solutions, which aims to ensure customers watch television without interruptions due to power challenges.
I urge Topstar to continue improving on service delivery while acknowledging that customers have more choices among Zambian digital platforms. There is need to work extra hard to deliver on your commitment, to touch lives through access to information and using affordable digital television. As I conclude, I wish to urge the management team to harness the resources at their disposal to ensure that they deliver to the expectation of not only the shareholders, but also the stakeholders, who include the subscribers. Innovation should be in your DNA, where you should always be the pioneers of innovation in broadcast industry. With these few words, it is my singular honor to declare the Kaloko Hill transmission site solar power backup solution officially commissioned. Thank you and God bless you.
Minister of Health, Dr. Alex Katakwe, has provided an update on the cholera situation in Zambia. As of March 16, 2026, 13 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours, with 9 in Lusaka and 4 in Mplungu, while no deaths were recorded. The cumulative total stands at 1,267 cases and 21 deaths across 25 districts. Dr. Katakwe said vaccination efforts continue, with 189,934 people vaccinated in Lusaka and Monze this year, achieving 99.2% coverage. In 2025, more than 1.8 million people across 9 districts were vaccinated, reaching 100% of the target population. An additional 586,730 oral cholera vaccine doses have been approved for high-risk areas. The ministry urges citizens to practice good hygiene, drink safe water, maintain proper sanitation, and seek medical care immediately if symptoms occur.
And 4, ongoing case management in health facilities. We implore at this point that all health facilities should adhere to hygienic behavior, making sure that we keep our environment clean and free from possible outbreak of cholera. I would like to remind members of the public that cholera is both preventable and treatable. The cooperation of every citizen therefore remains critical because preventing cholera requires collective action in maintaining hygiene, sanitation, and safe water practices.
We now take our first set of commercials. We'll be right back with the rest of the news.
It is rebranded. We have heard, we have listened, and now it's the same but extraordinary. Battle of the Mic. Battle of the Mic. Battle of the Mic. Solo artists, singers, bands, groups, choirs, dancers. It's all about numbers. Register at only 250 kwacha per entry and stand a chance to win 100,000 kwacha and many more prizes. Send a 2-minute video to 0961 237304 to register. Let the stage shape your future and make you shine to the world. It's the 2026 Battle of the Mic. Battle of the Mic 2026 Extraordinary.
We continue with the news. Financial illiteracy remains a major barrier for women entrepreneurs in Zambia, limiting their ability to fully leverage modern trading, networking platforms, and digital tools. Executive Director of the Women's Entrepreneurial Access Center, Nambula Kachumi, says gaps in financial knowledge continue to constrain the growth of women-led businesses, making critical business information inaccessible despite the growing availability of technology and internet access. Mrs. Kachumi adds that while digital platforms are transforming business by enabling networking and market participation, many communities struggle to fully utilize these opportunities without proper financial education. She further warns that training programs may have limited impact if they fail to address the real challenges women entrepreneurs face on the ground, underscoring the urgent need for targeted financial literacy initiatives. Five men in Chingola have been charged for giving false information to police after medical examinations disproved their claims that their private parts had disappeared following an alleged incident. Police spokesperson Godfrey Chilabi identified the suspects as Mambwe, 45, Mwansa, 24, Walia, 26, Sichalwe, 21, and Guvulu, 35. The men reported the matter on March 14, 2026, but medical checks did not support their allegations. Investigations led to their arrest on March 16, and they have been formally charged under Section 125 of the Penal Code. In a related case, a 61-year-old man previously involved has filed an assault complaint against Mambwe, who now faces an additional charge of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. All 5 remain in custody and are expected to appear in court soon. Police have warned against spreading false information or inciting mob justice, emphasizing that such actions are criminal and endanger lives. Tragedy struck early this morning on the Chipata Mfue Road near Kamoto Mission Hospital, where 1 person has died and 7 others are injured after a vehicle overturned. Eastern Province Commanding Officer Robertson Mwemba confirmed the accident occurred around 03 hours. The vehicle, a Toyota Sienta with registration number ARD 3470, was driven by 56-year-old Chapusa Sakala from Mnolo area in Chilenga Village, Chief Kapatamoyo, Chipangali District. Sakala, who was traveling with 8 passengers from west to east, sustained minor injuries and was treated as an outpatient at Kamoto Mission Hospital. 1 female passenger suffered fatal head injuries and died on the spot, with her body now at the hospital mortuary awaiting postmortem. 7 others received treatment for minor injuries. Police say the accident was caused by excessive speed as the driver failed to negotiate a curve. Chapusa Sakala will face charges of causing death by dangerous driving. A shocking discovery in Lusaka was made as 21 suspected illegal immigrants were found confined inside a residential home in Kabangwe's Shifwankula area. The group includes 20 Ethiopians and 1 Somali national, reportedly locked indoors with limited food and poor sanitation. 1 person at the scene said the group was traveling to South Africa without proper documentation. Residents say the situation came to light after a gardener noticed unusual activity and alerted neighbors fearing criminal involvement. Godfrey Chilabi confirmed that a joint investigation from the Zambia Police Service and the Department of Immigration is handling the case. Authorities have urged the public to stay vigilant as investigations continue. The newly constructed Green and Central Markets in Mongu have officially been handed over to the community under the 2024 Constituency Development Fund. Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa said the Central Market now has 90 trading stands, while the Green Market has 60, with a total project cost of 1.996 million kwacha and 999,702 kwacha respectively. Major Nyambe Muyumbana praised the collaboration between government and community, emphasizing the need for traders to take ownership and maintain the facilities. Mongu Central MP Oliver Amutike confirmed that more modern markets will be built using the CDF, noting that 5 markets have already been completed to improve trading environments in the municipality. Farmers in Enyimba are strengthening climate-smart agriculture through peer learning. At Muchimazi Agricultural Camp, lead farmer Charles Tembo showcased sustainable techniques, including ripping and agroforestry Across 10 hectares of maize, soya, and other crops, highlighting methods that improve soil health and crop yields. The initiative, supported by the Ministry of Agriculture and the World Bank-backed Eastern Province Jurisdictional Sustainable Landscape Program, aims to encourage more farmers to adopt climate-smart practices. About 60% of farmers in the district have already embraced these techniques, and exposure visits like this are helping to expand knowledge, boost productivity, and promote environmental conservation. We now take our second commercial break. We will be back thereafter with sports and international news.
Ready for the most anticipated talk show of the year.
Let's talk about it with Pastor Pauline. So we have been discussing foundations upon which most of the relationships are built.
Join us as we tackle the toughest social issues affecting our community, from child marriages to youth empowerment, and from gender-based violence to women empowerment, from governance to corruption, and, of course, women participation in politics, and other male-dominated industries. We will be discussing it all.
Leah, confessed it in Genesis chapter 29, verse 32. She says, God has opened my womb because he has seen my affliction. But despite that, Jacob did not love her.
Our presenter will guide the conversation, ensuring that you have a respectful and thought-provoking discussion. And you have a chance to join in on the conversation through our phone-in segment. Call us live, share your thoughts, and ask your questions. Don't miss out on this opportunity to be part of the conversation. Let's talk about it. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on CBC TV. Don't miss.
In a major African football controversy, Morocco has been awarded the 2025 African Cup of Nations title after the Confederation of African Football overturned the final result. The government of Senegal has expressed strong dismay at the decision, calling it unfair and unjust. In a press statement, Senegal condemned the ruling as a violation of sporting ethics, claiming it undermines merit, commitment, and the integrity of the game. Senegal has announced plans to appeal the ruling through all available legal channels, including international courts, and is calling for an independent investigation into the alleged corruption within CAF. The statement also highlighted the ongoing detention of Senegalese citizens in Morocco following incidents at the AFCON final, with the government pledging full support for their safe release. Senegal vows to remain resolute in defending the national team and restoring the honor of African football. In international news, South Africa's annual consumer price inflation has slowed to 3% in February, meeting the lower end of the central bank's target range. The figure reflects an easing of price pressures after months of more moderate increases, offering some relief to the households and policymakers. Economists say this slowdown comes as fuel and other key costs stabilize, although global uncertainties, including rising fuel prices linked to conflict in the Middle East, could push inflation higher in the coming months. The South African Reserve Bank has set an inflation target band of 3% to 6%, and today's data aligns with that benchmark, reducing pressure on interest rates decisions for now. Market reactions have been mixed, with the rand showing sensitivity to key economic data as investors weigh inflation trends and future policy moves. Despite the positive numbers, analysts warn that external factors, including global commodity prices, may influence the inflation outlook in the months ahead. That note brings us to the end of the main news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema calls for faster ICT implementation to boost economy. Cholera cases rise. Zambia reports 13 new infections. AFCON 2025 title awarded to Morocco, Senegal to appeal. Thank you for staying tuned. Until we see you next time, stay inspired.